even know what's going on.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Fried Dice. We're back here with Among Us, and we just left off after the gala episode.
Oh yeah, the fancy party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Walt just concluded his investigation as well. Although he's unsure exactly of how much of it counts, considering the interviewer was taken over by an alien, was severely compromised by an alien parasite.
Yeah, we don't know the protocol on that. You'd think they'd have it, though, all things considered.
Yeah.
They definitely have it now, I bet. It's definitely now being written into the rules.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Point.
It's just one
all
of
the
those
protocols
situations.
in Point have kind of just come up as they've needed to, because everything is always just different.
Yeah.
Sometimes you guys think about it. There are at least a dozen point cells active in the world and out there and on the flotilla. Who knows what adventures they might be having? I smell a spin-off.
Oh my god, Anthony.
Oh, boy.
We're not going to do that.
We're not going to do a comedy spin-off.
Well, we might do that. I'm not totally against that. The cleanup crew.
Yeah.
It's been most of the week.
Yeah.
Monday was the investigation into Walt, and Friday, it is now Friday.
Yeah.
When they finished their last job, they were told by Ken Gunderson that he had another for them, and he gave them the briefing of it and told them that their flight takes off on Friday.
Yeah, well, we kind of needed that, like, tiny bit, because, Wes, you kind of got compromised a tiny little, and I might have, like, hurt your wrist.
Didn't I get shot? I got shot, didn't I?
I think so. You got shot at,
Your wrist
definitely.
is sprained, like severely sprained right now, because of Walt.
I'm pretty sure Walt shot me at some point.
I don't believe so.
No, I don't think so, because usually when I shoot, people die. So I did, but I
He
did
just bashed the crap out of you.
Yeah, I did
That's
bash
true.
the
All
crap
right.
out of you.
But over the course of these past 5 days, Wes, you have been... You were quarantined for a very short period of time, just kind of part of the protocol.
Yeah.
But you have been going through questions of your own, not quite as formal of an investigation, but just general questions throughout, and you've come out of it fairly clean. It's all been fairly standard. Everyone's been believing you, because you haven't been lying or anything. You are actually Wes. There's no twist there. But that's what you've been dealing with, is kind of some bureaucracy over the past few days.
That's always fun. Who doesn't love that?
All right, so you guys are on the pod. You're heading down away from the flotilla and down toward Earth. You have your files in hand. You know that you're going and meeting with a scientist in Oslo, Norway, a Stefan Christensen.
Stefan Christensen.
And you're investigating potentially more sprawl. Something has come up on his measurements that kind of say that, well, it's something that needs to be looked into.
Oh.
So, anything you guys do in particular on the way there?
You said we had files?
Yeah, I'd like to read what we have. Is there a photo?
Yeah. Go over any information we have.
Yeah, somehow we can identify the man.
In the dossier, you find information on Stefan Christensen, extensive background check and all of that, which you guys as point agents have access to that kind of stuff and are given that.
Sweet.
And he seems like a pretty upstanding citizen. He joined Point fairly earlier than you guys, and he's been working hard as a scientist, in particular for, like, space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's good. Like,
Wait,
space.
yeah.
No, he's not going in space, but he's doing space things.
Yeah, he's researching space and, like, anomalies and just general astronomy. Like the physics of space and all of that. But also, before that, his background was in marine biology.
Oh.
Ooh.
Neat.
Yeah, his background was in marine biology before all of this, and he researched a lot of different stuff down there. The sediment, the plates, other ocean stuff, the animals, the wildlife, and all of that.
Okay.
And he currently lives in Oslo, which is also where he works at a discrete facility.
Because this might be sprawl adjacent, possibly. Were we assigned to this case purely because we've dealt with the sprawl previously? Or were we just the only ones free?
That's part of it. It weighed a bit in determining who gets what missions, what your past has been about, and so you're dealing with sprawl in very recent memory, just about 2 weeks ago or so.
Mm.
That's true, yeah. And we don't have any details on, like, why they think it's sprawl, what this anomaly you said it was?
Most of it is, he said that he was, in the dossier it tells you, he said that he was afraid that it could be sprawl, but he doesn't know enough to say for certain.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just one of his hypotheses, and your job is to kind of see what it actually is.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
Okay, alright, okay.
Alright.
This sounds like a nice and safe mission.
Yeah. Relaxing. Compared to our last ones, I bet. Nothing bad will happen.
Nothing bad will happen on this mission.
As we fast forward to,
Everything's
as we
on
get like a
fire.
flash of what's to come. But as far as the anomaly goes, it tells you a little bit of what his readings picked up. And it was actually in the ocean that he picked
Oh.
something up.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
But there's very little details beyond that. And this is fairly standard for dossiers for Point, and, well, for the Concordant in general, but also for Point. A lot of the delicate details are left out for safety reasons.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
okay,
could see
that's
that,
fair.
yeah.
Remember, in this setting, you never know who might be an enemy agent.
Yeah. We've definitely established that. Jesus Christ, fuck.
That's true, yeah.
But you guys look over whatever documents you have, your entire dossier. You see there's a picture of him. There's a picture of
Oh,
the facility
yes!
you were going, as well as
Yes!
an address written on the
Yes!
back.
We get a picture, finally!
Yep, you get a picture of him as well as the facility with an address written on the back. You get information on where you're landing, just outside of city limits, where you'll be taking a car.
Ooh.
Cool.
Just
Quick.
land this spacecraft right in the middle of downtown Oslo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's normal.
Don't
for
mind us.
Yep, don't mind us, guys. We're all good. It's art. We're artists.
Hell yeah.
Shit, I was gonna ask a question and then I completely forgot about it.
All right.
Oh well, it'll come up.
But you spend the next few hours on the fairly gentle ride down into Earth's orbit. There's just a little bit of, shaking as you enter orbit, but for the most part, that's all been taken care of through the Gray's technology.
Yeah.
It's beyond what'll even happen in, 22 years when they go up to the moon.
Yeah.
Not that you guys know that.
Ah, yeah.
But-
Shit.
Yeah. But
I mean,
actually,
if
to
we
you
live
guys
through
going up to
this-
the moon probably wouldn't seem that,
Yeah.
interesting.
How quaint.
Yeah, exactly.
The moon.
The moon. Oh, wow.
The moon, you say? I remember spending the summer of 1951 there. How droll.
How old would he be in... Oh.
In 69?
In 69. That would...
Yes, Elliot, they went to the moon
Right
in
in
1969.
I know. I know.
Or did they?
we'd be fairly older.
Yeah, they did.
It would be like 20 years. I mean, we wouldn't be retirement age yet, but
Well,
like...
take the age that your characters are now and add 22.
Add 22.
So you'd be 48.
48. Elliot would be
53.
53, yeah.
Wes.
Yeah.
I like to think that Wes
Wes.
as a 53-year-old is like the super weathered but really like still charming like
Yeah.
grifter.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you joking? Yeah, definitely.
He's got like the only slightly peppered hair.
Yeah.
Very like trustworthy face.
Oh, yeah.
It's very likely
He
that
has a
by
bridge
like
to sell
40,
you.
probably like 40, Walt's got like full grey hair because from all the stress.
One gray hair for every man shot.
Yes.
But over the course of the next few hours, you guys head down
Oh.
to Oslo. It all goes fairly standardly.
Do,
You just
is it like a taxi or does one of us drive?
there's a car there with a driver.
Oh, sweet. Fancy
Yeah.
life here.
It's not a taxi. That'd be great. Just like a New York taxi.
With a New York driver.
Hey, yo, get in the back.
Oh, I remember my thing. Did we ever complain about the walkie-talkies? Like, has that been
Did they at
fixed
least
yet?
give us a pager?
Yeah.
I don't think that you guys did.
Oh my god.
We gotta do that next time.
We gotta do that. Maybe we can talk to this Oslo, not Oslo fella. We can talk to, Stefan. Maybe he can, like, give us something.
You guys are just gonna go downtown Oslo and just shop the electronics store for like
Yeah.
walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, I gotta spend my own money on this. I'm sending them a
Buy-
receipt. Getting reimbursed on this shit.
We buy one of those children walkie-talkies. from the
Oh,
dollar
yeah.
store.
They're so
That they
expensive.
totally had in
Yeah,
1947.
absolutely. As
yes,
we all
of course. Mm.
But you guys get down there. Your driver is waiting for you. He's kind of just standing in full black suit with
Ooh.
like a driver's hat on. Sunglasses, of course, because he looks like a secret agent, but he's your driver.
Oh,
Yeah, he's just a guy.
beautiful,
Yeah, and
beautiful.
he stands there, nods his head to you guys as you guys walk up to the car, opens the door for you guys,
Oh, wow. A gentleman.
but doesn't say a word.
Very kind of him.
Is he in
As
on
you guys
it?
take off, and the pod automatically
Yeah, he's got to be.
it lifts up. It lifts up off the ground, and then like it cloaks itself and shoots back up to the flotilla.
Dope.
This is pretty dope.
Yep. As you guys drive off, hitting a road on your way to Oslo. You guys likely have never been to Norway before,
Yeah,
Probably
probably not.
and I don't know enough about geography to tell you what it's like there at the beginning of June.
I'm sure they have some sort of weather.
Either
They
sun
do.
or no sun, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's the
there
two
might be
states of
rain.
weather.
There might
Right
be.
now, it's the sun season.
That's true.
Winter is the no sun season.
That's true. So maybe sun.
There's sun out, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright.
They
There's
have
some
You
the
see it
sun.
kind of just
Good to know.
yeah. You see it kind of just hanging out over the
The
horizon.
sun's just hanging out.
And yeah, it's got like sunglasses on. It just gives you finger guns. But the sun just kind of like
Nice.
hugs the horizon.
What time is it? Is it
Yeah.
early in the morning?
Like
Or-
8
It's
or...
it's kind of later in the morning. It's like 11,
Oh, okay.
11 or
cool.
noon.
Nearly lunch. We go get Norway lunch with the doctor.
That's true.
Should probably have had lunch back on the flotilla early.
You guys head off, heading down the road and into Oslo. Everything is fairly standard around here. You look at the sights, and it's a very pretty city. You look around and you're not sure when you'll be back, but you know that you're on a mission right now.
It'd be cool to sightsee if we get the chance.
But you guys pull up to the facility, looking at the photo. You know, you look at the photo, bring it down, and you know the camera is just, it matches perfectly.
Oh, beautiful.
And the driver walks around, opens up the door for you guys.
This dude's great. Thank you.
He tips his
Yeah.
hat to you, gets back in the car, and
We
and
pay him,
goes to
right?
park.
Like the company point does. We don't have to tip him, do we?
The Concordant most likely pays him, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
That'd be great if he was just normal human driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about what's going on. You guys have been talking in the back seat about your mission.
They're like, oh yeah, the sprawl, you know, it might be sprawl, but like, you know, we just have to, you know, offer the concordant. And he's like, I don't
Yeah.
know what they're on about.
He's like, this will make for a great radio drama. You guys get out of the car, head up to the facility, enter. As you do, the receptionist, in an accented Norwegian English, she asks, are you Walt Wes?
Yes. Yep, that's us.
Stefan will see you.
Wonderful.
And she kind of, she walks out, opens up a door, and has you follow her.
Ooh.
What is like the... So wait, we're like in a lobby?
You were, and then she opened up a door
Yeah.
and you followed her.
So it's like a science facility?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you see it's fairly, like, sterile would be a good
white walls,
way to
all that
describe
kind of
it.
stuff. Yeah.
You see at like the end of the hallway a massive like fish tank kind of built into the wall. Fish swimming about in there. You see some
Yes.
scientists, you know, writing things on clipboards,
Oh,
kind of
sweet.
observing them.
Mhm. Do we know what kind of science they do here? Or is it... Oh, it's space science. That's right.
Space. And I guess a bit of marine science as well, if they've got a fish
This
tank.
this particular facility is mostly marine.
Cool. Okay.
And you see like a device being dipped down into the tank just as you guys are leaving, and it looks like this like solid black, super sleek like pseudoscience device that they appear to be testing out.
It's the first ever, like, shark repellent, electronic shark repellent device.
But you guys don't get to see what it does. They seem to be just testing out some kind of device.
Cool.
As you're led down the way by the silent secretary, and she stops in front of a door, pops it open, and ushers you two in.
Okay.
You guys walk in, and she shuts the door behind you, and you stand in there. One wall of this room entirely looking out over the large tank that you saw before.
Oh,
what a view.
very cool.
As you look out over it, you see that the large tank, although enclosed, you can see a little further out and see that it does connect to the ocean.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
That's
nice.
really neat. I bet that's really pretty.
I take a photo, just, you know,
Hell yeah.
For like
You
the
snap
fun.
off a photo just as the door opens back up and Stefan is in there, and he kind of raises a hand and says, oh, "Please, no photographs in here."
Oh, okay. Sorry, Doctor. I'll put it away.
I apologize. It's just, well, everything is very secret here.
Understandable.
Oh, yes, of course.
So then, you two are Walt and Wes.
Yes, I'm Walt
Yes.
Black. This is my,
He walks over. He seems to be listening to you guys, but not really looking at you guys. As he shakes your hand quickly and then walks over to a side station where you see like some science stuff all in there.
Okay, and this is my cellmate, Wes Marshall.
That's me. Yep.
Oh, pleasure. I'm glad that the Concording sent out a cell as quickly as they could.
Indeed.
Well,
We're
from
here to
what
help.
from what we understand, this might be sprawl related, and they were quite
Potentially.
interested. Potentially, yes. Well, I guess we're here to see.
Yes, it's my fear that it might be, but, well, I'd rather nip that fear in the bud than be wrong.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course, perfectly
Of course,
understandable.
and we're here to hopefully nip it in the bud. So could we see the research, the notes?
Yes, let's get down to business. Our boat leaves in just an hour, he says, looking at his watch.
Oh.
We're going on a boat?
We're going on a boat.
So if you come over here, he says, he motions you over to another table, and you see a bunch of devices laying out there, and he kind of fiddles with a few of them, but then walks over to a side station where you see you see the side of the wall, like the panel of it kind of like pops open and slides off to the side, and you see under it like monitoring devices.
Ooh.
I imagine Gunderson didn't tell you that much of what we do here.
No. Gunderson
No,
usually
of
doesn't tell
course
us much.
We have some of the
No.
most advanced monitoring instruments available in this facility. Our job is to, well, keep track of the ocean, devise any kind of underwater devices and capabilities that we can. Now, here's the thing.
Yes.
Everything has been fairly standard fare until recently.
Right.
2 weeks ago is when I first saw it. And he points to one of the screens on this panel that opened up, and it flicks on and you see a radar there.
Ooh.
Cool.
Now, this is radar technology, but it's not exactly standard. It can pick up across most of the world, actually.
Oh.
Well,
Single radar, pick up most of the world.
Like I said, advanced.
indeed.
It's what we do here. Now, here's the thing. Although we can pick up a lot of it, most of it is fairly quiet. We're working on increasing the ability.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this device, it can really, at this stage, can really only pick up through the North Sea.
Okay.
And some of the Baltic, we're working on increasing it. We can pick up certain things, but it would take something very large.
Right.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if you see where I'm going with this.
You just
Oh.
picked up something very large.
We did.
Ah. Would you say like
Whereabouts?
this?
We picked up a signal that, according to our instruments, and I've checked this multiple times over the past 2 weeks, but we picked up a signal roughly 600 miles west of the coast of Brittany.
Oh, all right then.
The way that it triggered our devices, though, it concerns me.
How so?
Indeed.
Well, as I said, I shouldn't be picking up more than little tiny things. The grandest whale, let's say, that far out would produce only a slight anomaly on this device at this stage of its development. This, and he taps on the device and he kind of presses a few buttons. This is what we picked up. And you see on the device the radar spin around a few times, and you don't see anything at first, but then it hits one side of it and you see a big ripple.
Oh.
Okay. That is big, yes.
Yeah, very. Doctor, a quick question. So you picked this up 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Did you not pick it up 3 weeks ago, or?
The first time it appeared was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. All right then.
At
Interesting.
this point, it has appeared again 6 days ago, and he makes a few more motions, and the device reacts again, and you see like a little date above it, and it tells you, 6 days ago.
Oh, so this is not a very stationary object you're picking up.
Not entirely. It moved slightly, but still in that same general region.
Okay.
The day that you picked it up, I don't know if you looked at this, did anything particularly strange happen
Yeah, outside of the ocean,
in
like
the area?
yeah, atmosphere changes or anything like that.
Anything that could correlate with disappearing?
Earthquakes.
Nothing particular.
Alright. So
I would have
guess-
made note of it.
Well, I guess we now just have to check it out.
And that's why our boat is leaving in, and he checks his watch, roughly 54 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
They wouldn't have developed, like, seasickness tablets, would they? By the late 40s?
I honestly don't know.
Okay, so I guess I think ginger is the natural remedy for seasickness.
Is it?
I think so. I think you're meant to eat, like, you're meant to chew on ginger if you're, like, you get, like, travel sickness. I think that's the natural remedy. If you don't have, like, a Quells or, like, a seasickness tablet.
Does Walt get seasick?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh, what fun.
Oh, what fun.
Don't worry, I'm sure they have barf bags on board.
Doctor, could you assure me that there is at least some bath bags on board?
Stefan, he puts on his jacket. Shall we go?
Okay,
Certainly.
yes, certainly. Wes, I'm just gonna puke over the side of the boat, I guess. So
It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I would stay inside if I were you.
So he's gonna lead us to the boat.
Yay!
Okie dokie. Let's go to
Boat
the boat.
journey.
You guys head out and you find your driver waiting for you guys out there.
Oh,
he's
sweet.
So cool.
Do we all get to sit in the
Same
back, or
guy.
does someone like have to do shotgun?
Someone sits in front.
Okay.
I call
It's not like a
shotgun.
limo.
I think we should let the doctor sit in the front.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's polite.
You guys leave heading to the harbor. It takes a bit of driving, but you get there. You get to the place where there is a boat waiting for you and another man waiting to drive the... Actually, no. You know what? The driver parks. He lets you guys out, and you realize that he's also the boat.
Yes!
Consolidating.
He's the captain.
Efficient.
Oh, I love
Wonderful.
that.
Does he swap out his normal cap for a sailor's cap?
Yeah, please tell me.
When he gets
He
out?
does not. He does not.
Aw.
But he ushers you guys on board, and it's just the four of you guys.
Is it a big boat? Small boat? Is it like a rowboat or like a sailboat?
Tugboat? Tugboat?
It's an engine.
Okay.
There is an engine
You're gonna row.
involved.
You're gonna row your way all the way across the North Sea and down to the Celtic Sea.
Yes.
Alright.
Wes will be doing
All right.
most of the paddling with this new captain.
Yes, you are going to row. Let me see. I have the data here. 1,200 miles.
We could take turns. There's 4 of us.
Walt's gonna be too busy being sick to row.
Well, he has to pull his own weight. I'm sorry.
He's losing a lot of it.
Should make it easier to pull.
It's a solid joke.
Well, I bet might keep on the podcast.
Awesome. You're not fired today.
Yes.
But you guys take off. It's fairly clean sailing. I mean, there is the waves of the ocean still, so it's not like you're not gonna get seasick. But
Yeah.
Walt is like, he spends like a good 2 minutes on the boat before he like starts to throw up over the side.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Walt.
He's
Wes shakes his head.
But as you guys go, it's roughly an hour or two into the sea journey.
Oh god, this is a fucking nightmare.
I get you guys are going 1,200 miles.
Pretty far, yeah.
But it's roughly a couple of hours into it. You see just in the distance just the remnants of the land kind of just escaping the horizon. As you see the boatman, who was your driver before, begin to flip some switches. He kind of half turns his head back and says, Are you all ready?
Oh,
Sure.
ready as I'll ever be.
All right, he flips a few buttons, flips open a little cap that's blocking one button, and holds it down for a few seconds. And you begin to hear like little whirring in the boat as you see the sides pull themselves up and begin to close over
Okay.
begin to close over the top
All right.
Yeah!
Okay. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
as this seemingly innocuous boat in the bays of Oslo turns into a very gray-like technology as it begins to dive underwater.
Oh,
That's
this
pretty
is
cool.
great. This is great. No need to complain about walkie-talkies. We've got this shit.
Yeah.
The submarine dives underwater, and at this point, the doctor is telling you guys various things about his research. Most of it is not that interesting or even pertinent to the...
I'm nodding politely, letting him talk.
I'm trying to
Conversational
listen to
noises.
him because I'm genuinely interested in what he's saying, but I am also still trying not to throw up. So
And, you try, but within the first, 10, 15 minutes of being underwater, everything stabilizes. You're no longer getting the
Sickness.
wishy-wash of being on top of the ocean. You're no longer subject to the waves as it just moves along, and it's as if you're in one of the pods heading down toward Earth.
Ooh, kooky feeling.
This is pretty cool.
How far? how deep is it? Is the anomaly, Doctor?
And he looks at the instruments. We'll have to see when it pops back up. I imagine that it will very soon, though. That's why we're leaving so early.
Fair enough.
All right then.
As you guys take off, the speed.
Can we see out like windows or anything?
Yeah. Do we get like a window view?
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple of like portholes off to the side.
Cool.
Awesome.
And you guys can
watch out the windows.
You guys look out over
On the
the
journey.
North Sea, seeing, the wildlife, the fishes and all of that.
Some cool ass fishies.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Kind of at a
gonna
certain
say-
point, swimming with you guys at certain points, and then
Oh,
Hell yeah.
this is a sweet underwater adventure. Like hell yeah.
This is the best
This
job.
is so cool. I wonder what will go wrong, and then we'll make this a traumatic event for
Enjoy it while you
everyone.
can.
Yeah.
as you guys looking at the speed of everything, you actually realize that the submarine is traveling at a speed of about 100 miles an hour.
Oh, that's fast.
You guys can't even feel it, though.
Oh god, how long have we been underwater going at that speed? How deep are we going?
Well, you're not going deeper.
Oh, we're
You're
going. We're just going. But-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna take a little pause in the recording, and I want you to open up Google Maps and actually look at how far.
How far?
So
what?
just zoom out in Google Maps and find Oslo.
I have to find fucking Google Maps.
So the coast of Brittany is the northwest of France, and he said that it's 600 miles west of that.
There is Waldo on my screen. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't know why Waldo's been hanging out on Google Maps, but he has been.
Waldo, go fuck off.
Find a new job.
I guess, yeah. But depth is like okay, there's Dunkirk.
Yes, but you guys aren't diving deeper. You just dived underwater so that you could attain speeds, and then we're moving laterally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't diving all
We're
the
not-
way down right now
Okay.
in the middle of the North Sea. You guys are waiting till you actually arrive to your destination.
Okay, there's the
Yeah.
North Sea. Alright. Okay, that makes
And your
sense.
destination on a map would be roughly, if you were to draw like a perpendicular line between the bottom of Ireland and the northwest coast of France,
Mm-hmm.
roughly where you'd go.
Cool. Okay.
Alright, I get it now.
All right. Meanwhile, you guys spend roughly the next 10 to 12 hours in this position.
Oh, wow.
Fun.
You see that the submarine has a little area to go into, a little compartment, a little separate room from the other ones. There's like one bed in there.
We have to take turns. Just like take cat naps.
It's not meant for like extended
Yeah.
missions for days at
Yeah.
a time.
I think Wes just stands by the window, watches out, and like cat naps at most.
Yeah, well, probably, like, if he sees Wes catnap, he won't catnap. So, there's always at least one agent awake.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably tries to talk with our driver/captain as well at, like, some point. In these, like, 10 to 12 hours. I go, oh.
He's fairly stoic, just piloting the vessel.
I'm like, I didn't catch your name while you were driving us over.
David.
David. Last name David?
David Lassen.
So you do this often, or, like, are you just, like, situated in, like, Europe?
When I'm told to,
Do you know how to fly as well? You're also a pilot?
of course.
Of course. How many modes of transport can you do?
Sea, land, air, and space.
And space?
And he just
You
nods.
wouldn't happen to be grey then, would you? Or you got specific training?
Just training.
Wow.
There's this is awkward
It's
silence.
just awkward silence because Walt's like, okay.
Quite the
Fine.
conversation list.
There's only so much you can talk about.
So that ocean, huh?
Yeah, the Swedish
Sure is
fan of
wet.
fish.
Fucking big.
Vegetarian, not vegetarian, pescatarian.
And you pepper him with these kinds of questions. He answers every one as just succinctly as the others.
Oh. Like interests. Do you like baseball? Watch a program, listen to programs. Ever been in space before on like a mission?
And he answers them all.
Oh my god.
After about 12 hours, you guys begin to slow down a bit. The submarine pulls back up as you find yourselves in completely different waters, as you're now in the Atlantic Ocean.
Ooh.
Looking around, you see no land as you get to the top and open it up, letting some fresh air in. And Stefan says, we'll take a brief break right now, simply to get some fresh air flowing through this.
Okay. Nothing popped up on your readings yet?
Not quite yet, no.
Not quite yet.
We'll wait here until it does.
Okay.
It's happened fairly consistently, though, so I imagine it should be happening within the next hour.
Alright then.
Oh, great. Great,
Does anyone
another
want-
hour.
Anyone want a tea
Wonderful.
break while we're just having a quick fresh air?
And he motions off to the side, and you see that there's some food in the other room.
Oh, hell yeah. Snacks.
Yeah, pretty much there's just snacks. You see, like, off to the side, there's, like, military rations.
Oh.
Yeah,
my
don't crack
favorite.
into those just yet.
Yeah, but then there's, like,
have.
food as well.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit of it. The military rations seem to be there for, like, emergency.
Yeah.
But your driver packed a picnic.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh, fuck you.
That'd be great. That'd be great if there was, like, a picnic basket there and you open it up and there's just, like, MREs in there.
There's like a nice like blanket, but it's like a tactical blanket. Yeah, I guess we just have snacks and like tea and stuff.
Yeah, and
Oh.
you do that enjoying the fresh air of the Atlantic as the boat is simply stable on the waters every once in a while rolling with the ocean.
Fun.
Yeah, Walt's eating very
Just enough to
lightly.
remind you of
Yeah.
the seasickness, but not enough to like make it horrible.
Yeah, he's eating very, very lightly because he's like, don't want to do that again. The first like half hour of this trip.
And eventually, just a little less than an hour, you guys all it doesn't even take seeing the readings. You feel something. You feel the boat
Oh.
roll,
Oh god.
Oh no.
and you
Alright.
actually hear a little grumble from beneath you,
Oh.
Oh,
Well, that
what
eliminates-
kind of grumble.
Ugh.
like a rumbling, like earth shifting almost.
Oh.
Well, at
I
least it
don't like
eliminates
that.
the theory that it came from the sky. It's obviously coming from the ground.
What do the readings say?
Yeah,
about
what do the
this?
And
readings say, Doctor?
Stefan motions to you guys. We're directly over it.
Okay.
Is that a good thing
Scary.
or a bad thing?
I suppose that depends. Are you ready? As he popped open a compartment and takes out scuba gear.
Hell yeah. Let's do this.
Please tell me you can swim, Wes.
Sure.
And the pilot flips all of his switches again, presses the button, and it becomes a submarine again, diving down. And
I
it dives
assume we're
down.
Putting them on.
Yeah, we're putting on the scuba gear.
Okay. You begin to put it on as he begins to walk you through it. I don't know what we'll find down here, but I'm sure you're ready.
Yep. We're
Yeah.
point agents.
You dive down, the light of the submarine cutting through the darkness of underwater. Now, before, when you were traveling, you always kept kind of closer to the surface where the sun still pierced.
Yeah.
But as you plunge deeper, he flips on another switch, and the light comes on, cutting through the pitch blackness of the ocean as you dive deeper and deeper.
Doctor, just a quick question, just to ease my mind. So these
Yes,
suits
of
have been
course.
pressurized for the depth, right?
Of course, all
Okay.
of this has been.
Okay.
You'll be perfectly safe, within reason.
Thank you, Doctor.
Are you
yeah.
not a fan of water, Walt?
Generally, no, because, seasickness. Like, I can swim. I wouldn't say I'm lifeguard kind of level of swimming, but I'm not exactly a friend of the water.
But as you dive deeper and deeper, the doctor on his measurements, he's just looking at the depth and looking at everything, and he says, "We're now 1,000 meters."
Oh boy, oh boy.
And he continues to read it. It's still deeper.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, the deeper we go,
We're at
the more
1500
anxious
now.
I get. Maybe we could call off the depth every 2 seconds. Just to ease me, please.
And he looks up when you guys reach about 1500 and kind of with a nervous smile he's like, this is where the giant squid lives.
Okay, Doctor, you're now just fucking with me, and I would appreciate it we don't before we go on a mission.
Maybe it is a giant squid.
Wes?
We're at 2500 now.
Fuck you,
Hey.
Wes.
Hey, we're deeper than they went in that book. I think. No. I
Has
don't
it
know how
even
to do
been
numbers.
written
Never
yet?
mind. I'm bad at numbers.
2,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Oh, that was
Or-
20,000.
Or 20,000
Yeah.
leagues.
I don't know how a league compares to...
It's not actually,
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
don't know.
only like a few feet, like 30 feet or something.
One nautical league is 3.45 miles,
Oh, okay. I was way off.
which is 5.55 kilometers.
Okay.
As you plunge ever deeper, the light at this point you see flicker a few times under
the
the pressure,
headlights?
and the pilot, flips a few switches and the light stabilizes itself. As you hear like a little whirring as some kind of technology just activated.
Wes, you know, like claustrophobia?
We're at 4,500 now.
Okay.
Not particularly.
Well, I didn't think I'd have claustrophobia, but now that we're under the ocean, oh boy.
It's alright. It's alright. Just relax. Their technology is really good. They know what they're doing.
And you do feel pressure, slightly. Like I said, the submarine does handle it. It keeps kind of like in real time, it's kind of adjusting. And you guys finish putting on your suits. You guys are in your full diving suits at this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
With the big like bulb helmet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are pretty much aesthetically in one of those really old-timey diving suits, but like it's sealed super tight and like is super high technology. It's like a sleeker version of that.
Are we connected via a hose, or do we have tanks?
You guys are connected via a hose.
Okay, sweet.
And the hose is like, it's not just rubber, it's like super solid and like banded with metals.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's some of the thickest hose you've seen. You guys have seen. And the submarine begins to slow down.
Okay.
And he says, we're at 4,700.
Oh boy.
Just a little bit more now. As you hear like a little creak in the submarine.
Oh boy.
Now that makes me a little uncomfortable.
Why had it be us? The ocean.
Can I watch out the window? See if I see anything?
Pitch black.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely pitch
Fun.
black. The pitchest of black.
Nice.
And you head just a little bit deeper as the submarine stabilizes itself, and it hits like a ridge. The light, I mean.
Oh, okay.
The light hits a ridge just in front of you guys, and you see like the ocean floor. At least at this point in the ocean floor
Yeah.
goes much deeper in other places. Although you two in character probably don't really know much about that.
Yeah, I
No.
guess.
'Cause
Yeah.
nobody really did back then anyway.
Yeah.
We still don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's
Ocean
still
is
a
an
mystery.
enigma.
I'm pretty sure we still know more about space than we do about our own oceans.
People say that, but like, I think they underestimate how much mystery there still is left in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Space is.
I think we just have a lot
A
of like
big
predictions of what in space, and we just don't have that much of like a predictions and stuff in our oceans.
Yeah, the ocean is really interesting because it's the most alien-like thing that we can measure and see, because it's fucking weird down there.
Yeah,
It
shit's
is real
shit's
fucking weird. There's some
wild
weird
down
shit.
there.
But as the light hits a ridge, you see like some dirt get kicked up as a fish kind of reacts.
Ooh.
And you don't really see it, you just see the outline, but it doesn't look like anything you guys have ever seen before.
Cool.
As it moves quickly out of the light. And the light, the headlights from the submarine hits the ridges, hits the edges of everything. At this point, you see it. You see it off in the distance. You see a ship.
Fuck! Oh no!
Fuck.
You see a
Of course.
ruined ship.
Oh,
Ooh.
like holes and stuff?
Holes just broken down. Kind of, this is like half of it. And as the submarine spins around, you see like the other half off to the side. And you recognize the make, Walt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wes,
no.
Walt.
probably not
Yeah.
as much, because he didn't spend as much time in the war.
Mhm.
But Walt,
Oh.
this is a German battleship.
Oh!
Hey everybody, and thanks so much for listening to this episode of Deep Fried Dice. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to whatever service you use to be notified when we go live. And don't forget to leave a review or tweet us at Deep Fried Dice for a chance to be shouted out on the show. A quick shout out to a fellow podcaster at Meta Magic Podcast. You guys should go check them out. They do RPG stuff. Actually, I think it is the Meta Magic RPG podcast. Don't want to get that wrong. They do the more, if you couldn't tell by their name, the more meta aspects. Instead of playing the games, they talk about the games themselves, so it's pretty cool. You should go check it out. I like that kind of stuff. Follow us on Discord. Check out our website, www.deepfrieddice.com, which I just recently started. We're going to start putting actual stuff up there. Reason for you to go and visit it. But anyway, thanks for listening, and have a great night.